Well, as you can see by my face, I've just finished work, but today's a little bit different. I haven't just finished a normal day. Today is the very last day of my carpentry apprenticeship. The very last day, and I've been using this ute as my work car, and it is very, very hot today. But I thought that I would get stuck into it immediately and pull all the gear out of this car. Now, as a reminder, what is going to happen to this thing, it is going to be turned back into a normal ute. So what we're going to do is pull the canopy off, pull all of this crap, my tools, everything. I probably will keep the drawers in the bottom. There are 3 drawers, which I'll show you in a second. But everything else is coming out. The canopy's going on. There is a smashed rear window, so I can't get that fixed today, but that will be getting fixed soon. So I'm excited for that because this is going to be my daily driver, and I probably won't have it in this video, but I will be manual swapping this car as well, which I do have in the shed. So I better stop talking and actually get cracking. So a lot of this gear is just going to go in that shelf behind me, which is why I've reversed this into the shed. I'm excited that I finished my apprenticeship, but I have to be honest, it is a little bit sad. I mean, I've been doing it for bloody 4 years now, so. Anyway. Most important tool, the apprentice. One of the bonuses of this is I have so many tools, but before they always stayed in my ute, so now a lot of them are going to stay in the shed, which is a real bonus. So hot today. I was lucky enough to score all 3 of these drawers for $100 off Facebook. I will keep them, I think, because never know what we're going to use them for, but I will be taking this one at minimum out, the top one, because, well, I want to have a tub and it won't go over the water line of the tub. But yeah, kind of bittersweet doing this, kind of sad. Didn't think I'd be quite as emotional, but you know, it's been a long, 4 years. Oh, I just wish it wasn't so hot. As you can see, it's chockers in here. And one of the challenges is going to be, where the f am I going to put all this stuff? Oh well, for now it's coming out and I'll figure it out later today. Amazing to think that the old humble VS ute was carrying this much crap. Whoa. Right, did not know that could come out. Jesus, I've just seen myself. Look how much I'm sweating. It is really hot today, I promise. I'm reasonably fit as a carpenter, despite what you may think. I'm just going to go. We have like a sort of tip area at my house, so I'll be back in 2 seconds, and most of this will probably be gone. All right, next thing we're going to do is pull this canopy off. Now, I've never put on a canopy before. I don't know how to do it, and I'm by myself. But I'm going to give it a crack. There's a bit of silicone on the roof. Hopefully the roof's not too damaged, but I don't really care if it is, if I'm honest. But it just seems like it's these 4 nuts that sort of go around, and hopefully that's it. Don't know where I'm going to put the canopy yet, and once it's, we'll figure that out in a second. She's off, and it is an absolute monster truck. Jesus, I really want to take it for a drive though, because I've never driven a car, and I'm sure that you haven't, with no rear window. So let's do that. All right, there is a downside of driving with no rear window. The amount of dust in here is actually insane. Oh my God. I don't know if you can see that. It's actually crazy. Tell you what though, some awesome airflow. Jesus, oh my eyes. I've got both the windows, I've got one of the windows down too. It's so fast now. It looks terrible, it's so high, but man, it's comfy to drive. It really is. Oh, all that dust has gone right down the back of my neck. All right, I am absolutely exhausted, but I'm also stoked. I mean, look at this. This has turned out really well. There are a few things that need to change though. First of all, we need to lower the ute. It is an absolute monster truck at the moment. I mean, as you can see, it is one JBL speaker high. Very, very high. That needs to change. And of course, if you're following along, you might remember this is getting a manual conversion. So that is the next thing that's going to be on the list. But depending on the length of this video, if it's enough, I may release this as one. And just as a reminder, I'll just walk through the shed here. What we're going to do is I've got a manual conversion, but we're going to use this motor. And if you remember, this motor is the one out of this car. And the main reason I'm replacing the motor is because this motor leaks so much oil. I mean, if we just have a quick look, this poor old thing, 500,000 Ks on it, you know, as you can tell by the stubble, but she is leaking a lot of oil. And I think it would just be easier to replace everything in one crack. So that's what we're going to do. Not sure what I'm going to do with this motor. It still runs and drives okay, it's just tired. All right, it's a new day and I am much cleaner. What we're gonna do now is just clean the interior, because I'm sure you've known, especially if you guys are tradies, it's pretty much impossible to keep the interior cleans on these things. I just thought that I would wait until I was actually making this a personal car again before I'd give it a clean. So it hasn't been cleaned at all in the interior in the last few months. We're not going to be doing steam cleans or crazy things like that. I'm just going to be giving it a vac and a wipe down. Really, that's going to be enough, I think. It's had a decent vacuum, but I am going to just wipe it down. I've got some of this cheap matte finish protectant. I'm just choosing this because, again, I'm not detailing this car. I just want to give it, you know, a wipe down so that it's not so disgusting here. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Alright, that's probably pretty much it for cleaning the interior. Again, I'm not going to go too crazy. If you guys don't remember, when I first put this on the road, I had the entire seats out, steam cleaned, everything. I don't want to go that far, but I just wanted to give it a bit of a clean, you know, so that it's not disgusting. And there are two more things that we're going to do in this video. One is we're going to get the rear window replaced. Can't really show you that, obviously, because it's going to get at the shop. So we'll jump to that being done now. Alright, it is a new day again. This, I was actually planning on doing the rear window, but as you can see, it's still smashed. It's about 7:30 on a Sunday night, and I just managed to score these Springs KHPR 20 SLs. I really want to lower this thing because it is an absolute monster truck, as you can probably see here. So let's fix that. So I put these springs in it not that long ago. They were these massive sort of country spec springs. I really hope they're not going to be too hard to get out. I haven't undone the shock bolt yet. All right, also, if you're ever wondering, these are actually VE stockies off of VE Commodore, and that's why the center caps look a little bit different. Anyway, obviously, if you guys have done this before, you know how it works. You got to undo this guy. Not like that. Like that. One of the best things about the old cars is you just have to pull them out and put them in. As easy as that. And now, really can't get much simpler. Obviously, you just got to locate it. And just as I jack this up, I just want to make sure that it's sitting nice. But yeah, pretty easy. So we're just jacking it up so I can put the shocks back on. Oh yes. As you can see, it's another hot day. I'm really happy with the height, so we're just going to take it for a quick spin around the block just to get it all settled, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like from the outside. But overall, very happy. So we've just taken for a drive. Look how good that is looking. I am so happy with that. Overall, it looks great on camera, it really does, but it is rough around the edges. There are some dents on it, but again, it's an old VS Ute with 500,000 Ks on it. Really can't complain too much. It's actually reasonably comfortable, probably more than you'd think, but yeah, that car was it was meant to be low. It looks fantastic. Really happy with that. Really now the next thing that's going to be done is the rear window. Okay, so a bit of an update. There is now a window in there, thank God. Really cool, because now I can actually drive and use this car for, well, its intended purpose. I can actually use it, park it in the rain and whatever. And just while I've been going to do that, I have had something arrive. Now I have bought a tarp for this ute. It is the cheapest tarp that you can buy. I just bought a cheap one off eBay. Again, I'm still going to be using this every now and then for work. This is not a show car. The car is a little bit rough around the edges anyway, so having a really expensive, nice tarp didn't really make sense, if that makes sense. I think it was only 80 bucks, something like that. So let's open it up and put it on. So my first step is to have all of these clipped on. Here's a much better view of the finished product. Lowered, tarp, new window. I'm really happy with how this old girl cleans up. Remember, 530,000 kilometers on this thing. There's a few more things that I want to do. I want to clean off this stuff, and I also want to get the dent bloke out and stuff. But remember, it's an old ute. I'm not super fussy about every little thing, but overall, great car. This is my new daily. And if you're into these cars, or if you have something that you'd like on the channel, like I do videos of lots of other people's cars, please follow along, subscribe. There will be more happening to this ute. Probably in the next video, I'm going to put a manual in it. That's probably sort of the next thing that I really want to do. But other than that, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.